Aries, hi. So this is going to be a reading for May 11th through the 17th. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Aries. The overall energy for the reading, the Emperor. You seem to be pretty much in your power here, you know, having a handle on things and feeling like, oh my God, yeah, we're getting shit done, we're doing this. Okay, good. In the recent past, the King of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles. I'm not sure if this was an idea that you put into practice at some point, because I see a lot of determination to get something started here, to get something going. And I do see you going with it, but quite in a little bit of an atypical way, like you're kind of slow there. But maybe it's required to go slow and easy, you know? The determination is there, the hell yeah, we're doing this is there, the everything is in place. I think you started something there. You know, slowly but surely. Or you were about to, at least. But no, there's a beginning part to it. Okay. In the current situation, the Justice card, the Page of Cups, the King of Pentacles. Yeah, again, you're coming through with, like, being on top of things, you know, type of an energy. Super balanced. Kind of light in how you move through life in general right about this time, but it feels right, you know, like you're not showing up as super fiery or super this or super that or excited or da-da-da. It's actually quite calm, kind of taking it one day at a time here, but still with that feeling of, you know, I got this. So it's pretty cool. In the immediate future, the Nine of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands. This is the part in which I see you wanting to share your energy with somebody. And as much as your intentions are pretty good here, you're looking like you're coming from a good place here, you might be met with resistance in the sense of, let's say you're bringing an idea to the table and whoever's at the other end of it might not like it or might not agree 100%, even if you're coming from the best place possible here. So let's clarify. Let me do the Emperor. The Seven of Swords, the Tower, the King of Wands. Holy Jesus crap, what are you doing here? Like you're showing up on the surface again with the sense of, I got this, and underneath it all there's a fucking shit show at play. Okay. Something might be crashing, or you might be crashing something. You might be, because I see you kind of walking away from something, and as you do, the crash is there. You know, but again, with the sense of, I know what I'm doing. Okay. Good. Just when you look behind you, it's like one of those scenes in the movies, you know, but okay, but you seem to be holding it together, so I'm going to believe you when you say you know what you're doing there. For the King of Swords in the recent past, you get the Three of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the Eight of Cups. That's what I thought. That's why this getting off on something here, getting started with something feels quite bumpy. And it's not characteristic to you necessarily, but it's because there's been so many things there. Like, okay, you have an idea, you want to do this, right? And the minute you start going in that direction to get that done, there's so many things happening along the way that it feels like you're not even doing that anymore, or at the end of all of that happening, you don't even care to move an inch in that direction anymore. So because you've been met with disappointment there, with just all sorts of things that were kind of, well, sometimes these things come in the way to let us know, hey, maybe this is not a good idea, or maybe this is not serving your higher self, you know, your highest good. But we don't see that. If we not know, I want to do this, sometimes the universe kind of makes it in such a way that it's not necessarily going to happen, because it doesn't serve you, really, you know. Your mind may think it does, but So again, I don't even know if you did anything back there. For the Ace of Pentacles, you get the Two of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles. If anything, again, you were redirected in the opposite direction of what your intention was initially. So you might have wanted, because it's tied up to somebody else. I can see somebody else there too. It's tied up to another energy where you bring in this, hey, I got an idea, we could do that. And it flips and it turns in so many ways that at some point it's like, I don't want to do anything with you ever again. You know, kind of a thing. So if anything, it might have actually brought you a little clarity over the fact that you look, energetically speaking, at least quite separated from the other energy, you know. Man, you're going through things fast. So you get from that very blasting type of an energy to the conclusion of, yeah, I'm done here. Okay. For the Knight of Pentacles in the recent past, you get the Nine of Cups, the Six of Cups, the Moon. Yeah, definitely soul connection involved there with you on this path. And things are crashing in the background there. Things are moving forward seemingly on the surface, but like very slow after all of this commotion here. So they're still trying to move forward, but in the background, everything crashes. Okay. Okay, let me do the Justice card in the current situation. Stay here. You're not going anywhere. For the Justice card, you get the Four of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords. Okay, so you're coming at things right now with the attitude of, you know, I'm going to put myself first, and then whatever comes out of that in whatever it is I'm doing, that's the right thing to do. As long as I put myself first, then everything is right in the world here. And you're very determined too with this attitude. Good attitude. Let me do the Page of Cups. The Chariot, the Two of Wands, the Eight of Swords. That's the thing. When you're trying to put things into practice, because your energy is clear. Your energy is like, okay, if initially it was kind of like, at least over there in the recent past, it was kind of taken and shaken and taken all over the map. You've gotten into a place of clarity, at least from an energetic standpoint. So you know what you need to do. Putting yourself first there, that's the key in all of this. But when you start to apply it all and put it into practice, you know, things are not as chop as they look in the energetical field. The energetical field is steady now. You look good. You know where you're at. You know what you want to do. And then you start applying that. And if we're talking about the same situation, I think we are from the past there, again, you got to keep in mind, it takes two to tango here. There's at least another energy involved. So it's not just your determination and your intention. And yes, that's a big part of it. But like, you got to implement it. You got to, you know, kind of adjust it to room temperature there. There's other energies involved here. So I see you because of that, because the minute you apply it, things start becoming a little confusing, a little, what the fuck is going on here? How do we go about things here? You know, when, how, if, you know, all of that. So I kind of see you slowing down a little bit, you know, kind of taking it easy and trying to adjust to what's going on here. Which is quite confusing, I'm not gonna lie. In the physical there, things seem a bit confusing. For the King of Pentacles, in the current situation, you get the Knight of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles. You show up with such a, you know, such an attitude of, I'll make everything right, everything is gonna be great again in the world as far as I'm great. You'll be great, you get a car, you get a car, that type of an attitude. I mean, I love this attitude, and it's like, as long as you stay connected to your internal radar and your clarity that you've gained from an energetic standpoint, you should be good to go here. Yeah, keeping that attitude might help of, you know, I'm good, so everything else should be good. Yes, it will eventually. Also, again, when you put this energy out there of your clarity and your intention and how you present yourself even in the situation, I'm not sure what the other energy is doing with it. Like, is it taking it for what it is? Is it kind of looking at it in a weird way and trying to complicate it? Not intentionally necessarily, but it could, So there's two energies here at least colliding. So great that you have this attitude and this openness to you and this, again, clear intention here. But you gotta take into account everything else that's involved here. For the 9 of Cups in the immediate future, you get 6 of Swords, the 4 of Swords, the Strength card. This is like a little bit of a period of time of pampering, I would say. A little bit of time you give to yourself. Just you and you here. And you do whatever you please, whatever makes you feel awesome. And so taking a little bit of time away from this. Which doesn't mean necessarily in the physical. Like, you could probably, if you're living with this person under the same roof, you could probably do the same. But this is your energy pulling back, pulling a little bit inward and doing whatever it is that you need to be doing. A little bit of detachment phase here. Which apparently it's a little hard to do, but you're still doing it. So pulling away from all of this, giving to yourself and only yourself. For the 6 of Pentacles, you get the Magician, the Hierophant, the 6 of Wands. Yeah, and you're starting to attract energies that resonate with you more and more. The minute you create the space for you in which all that matters is you and your well-being, you're starting to attract exactly that outside of yourself. So don't be surprised if, energies that you may find resonate with you might show up there. I see you feeling good about that and seeing the end result of you deciding to put yourself first. So it's pretty cool. For the 9 of Wands, you get the 6 of Pentacles, the King of Swords, the 7 of Cups. There's almost like a plan in the making here. There's almost like, hey, from here on out, things are going to play out like this, that, and the other. So there's almost like a plan or negotiation type of a platform here for something that has to do with moving on. And I say plan because it comes from the mind. It's apparently very clear to someone, and I feel like that someone is you. You're coming in it with the assumption of it's the best plan ever. Nobody can say no to it. Yeah, you might be met with resistance, or at least, counter offer to, like, okay, I hear you, but, so there might be a little bit of that in how you receive back from what you put forward. Okay. Things are looking pretty good, as long as you, again, keep in mind that even though you're clear, that doesn't mean that the plan or moving forward, the energies are going to go along smoothly and nicely because you have the clarity. You're dealing with other energies that might, complicate things along the way. But as long as you're aware and accepting of that, you should be fine here. And then things are picking up more and more for you the minute you kind of pull inward here and start doing more for yourself. Let me see what the universe has as a final advice for you. The 10 of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, the 2 of Wands. As I said, from an energetic standpoint, you reach the conclusion of you're done in a particular situation. And I feel like you've been done for a minute, even before it actually hit you. But until from the time that you reach that energy or that clarity in your energy to the time that it's going to play out in the physical, it might take a minute. So that's usually how it goes. The energy kind of shows up first, and then by the time it settles in the physical with all the aspects in the physical, things might take a while here. So just keep that in mind. But that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time.